So, Renault, the eve of a new season, how much are we looking forward to it?
I stood here about 3.5 hours ago looking at the watch. It was 3 o'clock, Tim, and I was thinking 48 hours from now, Broadhurst Park's going to be packed. You know, we welcome Worksop and ready to go for a new season. So, goosebump moment, to be honest. But, you know, I look around now, the amount of work that's gone on. You know, I said it last summer, I say it time and again, you know, the work that people have put into this fantastic stadium to get it ready. You know, people won't have a clue. You know, there's been people down every single day, including myself, but just getting it ready. So what we can do now, and what we hope to do is get it out on the football pitch and put smiles on people's faces. And, you know, for this squad, the brand new squad, we've lived in each other's pockets now for the last 6 or 7 weeks, and we're ready to go, you know, against a really strong Worksop side.
Yeah, I mean, today, obviously Thursday, you've had 3 days of training this week because obviously you've talked about playing quite a lot of games, not having that time of the training pitch to work on set pieces, sort of like both offensively and defensively. Do you think you've got to where you want to be?
After tonight, we will have, you know, final bits tonight, a couple of, you know, free kick routines that we'll work on. We've nailed our, you know, attacking corners, our defensive corners, our shaping and out possession. Still, you know, refresh the minds tonight. A bit of fun as well. A bit of fun, that's important. People go away smiling tonight, and then, you know, hopefully there's not too many nerves. They can turn up and give a good account of themselves. But when I, you know, touch upon nerves, you only have to look at the likes of Pat, who were brought in, who's, you know, been playing, you know, youth team football, under 21 football. You look at, you know, Czech, who was the same at Fleetwood. Look at Lewis, who's the same at Preston. Elliot, Jay, you know, they were playing a league below or Atherton equivalent. But when you come in here on Saturday, we're hoping to push the crowd up to 2,000. Who knows? Be a new experience, and, you know, I don't want them worried. I want them to play with freedom, play with the nous. You know, they are allowed to make mistakes. They can make mistakes on the football pitch, and this group of fans will stay behind everybody, and that's what they do. You know, and if people are a little bit nervous, that's okay. I'm sure that this squad will settle into it. They'll make a lot of friends with the fans, and hopefully, you know, they can go as far as, you know, people want them to go this season, including myself.
Yeah, I mean, the pre-season campaign on the whole has been brilliant. You know, it's really good, really positive. Some, you know, nice sort of football in the middle of it all. It was bookended with obviously defeat to Barrow and then the defeat of the last pre-season game. Do you think that last result was actually a good result for the team, just to wake them up a little bit?
I think any defeat's good. I think you learn much more when you lose than when you win. And sometimes when you win, you get carried away. But this group haven't. You know, the feet have been firm on the floor. Each session's been a training session. It's not been, you know, there's been no pressure on them playing for games. What I said to the lads is that you've got to give the best account of yourselves. And if you class this as 24 training sessions, including your games that you play, then you'll be there or thereabouts if you've done enough in the games and training. And the thing is with me, I'm saying to them all, you know, against Stocksbridge, it's all right. We got beat. We made a couple of mistakes that game. And well done Stocksbridge, because they had a really good side. They missed out on penalties last season to get promoted. But it's just been a really tough campaign. You know, wherever we've been, started with Barrow, ended with Stocksbridge, sandwiched in between, you know, your Warringtons, your Altrinchams, you know, your Claptons, etc. It's been good. It's been, you know, I've said it in the programme, I've said it to you, you know, Jim Brunt, Brian Richardson putting this together. It's been a really good pre-season campaign for us. But now, you know, the real thing starts, and, you know, there's loads of talk about, will we win that first game of the season, will we not? If I look back on the record books, I think Worksop lost their first game last season and went undefeated right through. So, you know, well done to them, and we welcome them with open arms Saturday. But I know their manager had us watched it at Stocksbridge away. We made a lot of changes that night, but we didn't change the style of football. So he's probably got a good insight to how we play. But I think we'll be different come Saturday. I don't think nerves will get the better of us. I think the lads are raring to go, chomping at the bit, and hopefully, you know, with the support of the fans, they can give a really good account of themselves. And who knows, can we get that, you know, elusive first victory in 13 years? We'll see.
The season isn't made or lost on the first game of the season. You know, the players know they've just got to do what they've got to do.
I don't feel any pressure. They don't feel any pressure. I'll shoulder the pressure from them. There's always a bit of talk, and that's what happens. But it's, you know, is it defined first game of the season? Do you want to win and then lose them all? It's great to win your first game of the season, but it's not the be all and end all. So I certainly won't be focusing on that. I'll be focusing on getting the lads ready, putting my arms around and protecting them from, you know, from any nerves and anything, and just get them to play with enjoyment and freedom. And that's, you know, that's what we've done. We've done it all pre-season. We've had a laugh, we've had the highs, we've had the lows, we've had the tough sessions we've been running, but we've all been together. We've all been together. You know, the journey down to Clapton, been together. And the key thing is, over the course of this season, is we stick together, because we're not going to win every single game, and there will be highs and there will be lows, and it's important that when we have the lows that we come together even more. You know, the highs, it's easy to get excited. It's what we do and what we learn when things go against us. But I'm really excited. You know, the staff and the squad we've put together, I've got a real buzz about this season. And that doesn't mean I'm saying that we're going to finish X, Y, Z. I've got a real buzz and a real hunger to work with this group of players this season. And for that, you know, we thank everyone who's come to the club and done the bits behind the scenes. Now let's get going now. 3 o'clock Saturday afternoon. It's a bit like Christmas Day. You know, you get excited, don't you? So hopefully, you know, when we unwrap our presents at 4:45, you know, we're unwrapping presents with a smile on our face. But we'll see. We just hope to see that, you know, if we can get 2,000 in this place Saturday, it'll be really good.
Okay, well, I'm really looking forward to see you Saturday.
See you Saturday, Tim. Cheers.
Hi, Brian. It's been a while since we caught up. How are you feeling?
Yeah, good. Yeah, we've been a busy summer. Obviously, we brought a lot of players in. I think we've done okay with the lads we've got in. We've got some great lads in there, and I think the fans will enjoy watching them. We're looking forward to it. Obviously, a tough game coming up on paper on Saturday, but you just never know at this stage, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you've been quite heavily involved in the recruitment side of things. Do you ever get a sort of sense of sort of like kind of excitement or nervousness about seeing the players that you've helped bring to the club, sort of like what they turn out on the match day?
Definitely. I mean, obviously, if they succeed, it's expected. If they fail, it's on your toes, isn't it? But listen, you can only do your own work, and I'm pretty confident that what we've got will do well here. You know, I've not rushed into things. You know, I've done a lot of digging and a lot of asking questions about people, and especially their attitude, what type of people they are and all that. You've got to do your own work, because if you do that, you've got a 90% chance of getting it right. So yeah, do I worry about it? Yeah, well, I don't worry about it a lot, but yeah, it's at the back of your mind that you want it to work for the good of the club. And let's face it, for the good lads you've brought in.
Yeah, and I mean, it's fair to say I was down for the first pre-season training session. We did the bleep test first thing, and everyone did really well. You know, I believe you're sort of like quite tough with sort of like pre-season training, sort of like sessions.
Well, we just put something on the group, and it's quite simple, like soft trainers make soft players. So yeah, I'm into it. Really tough sessions, not easy ones. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you could tell because I mean, I remember first pre-season it came down probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I think people were like literally throwing up after the first sort of set of running. So we didn't have any of that.
I've softened a bit since then, Tim. Not throwing up.
Yeah. So I mean, turning to the game on Saturday, it's got to be. Have we watched? Worksop?
Yeah, we've obviously got information on them, as they will have on us. They've obviously gone through the season last year undefeated. They've obviously won it at a counter, the league they're in. Very experienced side, lot of good experience. Mainly when you read up and watch, maybe lads coming down from higher rather than going up from, you know, the other way. So there will be experience, you know, there'll be a tough physical side. But, you know, I think in the first couple of weeks till it settles down, nobody knows really what they're getting. But we would treat it like we treat any other game. It's got to be on our game. And, you know, we've got to make sure we get the fans off the seats as well. That's going to be massively important for us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, last season's eventual winner, South Shields, started off quite slow. So sometimes, like obviously, I'm thinking with Worksop coming immediately, and then Macclesfield in 3 weeks, or 2 weeks now, I think it is. Sometimes it's better to play the bigger team sooner, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm not sure. There's really either way. I mean, there's an argument for like get your points on the board. There's an argument for get the more difficult teams out the way. I think you just got to play what comes. Don't philosophise too much about it. Let's get out there, do our stuff, get 3 points, and then move on to the next one. I think that's more important than saying, "Oh, Macclesfield in 6." No, you just take it each game. Let's get 3 points Saturday. And it's a tough start. I mean, I think Marine will be good this year. They've recruited well. I went to watch Stafford last week. They'll be, as they were last year, very similar. I think Ilkeston are a new team, so they'll be trying to prove things. Radcliffe and Mac, goes without saying, you know, they've both got good squads, good budgets. So yeah, it'll be a tough first 6, and let's just hope that we hit the ground running. I think that's massively important.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're on the ground, and let's hope we see ourselves running on Saturday.
I hope we have a great game Saturday.
Okay, thanks very much.
Cheers, Tim.
Cheers.
Thank you.